You've been painting for how long now?
42 years, I think, something like that.
You've been painting for 42 years.
Yeah, long time. So in April, I turned 56. Been painting since I was 14, you know, so it's a long time, man.
Long time.
Long time.
You told me your dad was a woodworker, right?
Yeah, he did a lot of woodworking, and his sailboat guy. That was his gig. Mm-hmm. Had big sailboats at the beach. You know, you couldn't trailer them; they're too big. You got to have it stored at the beach. But that guy, from Friday when he got off work until Monday when he came back, he was at the beach every single weekend. So I got to grow up with a badass boat that I lived on during the summers, and you know, it was freaking cool.
Yeah.
You know, you're 14 years old and hanging out on a boat with no supervision.
Okay.
That's where my crown habit came, I think. But
You think so, really?
no, probably some of it.
So, tell me, what got you into cars?
You know, I saw these guys with mini trucks, and I was like, shit, I want one. I didn't make enough money. I didn't have money, you know. So I got a mini truck. You know, back then, you could buy a brand new, I think it was an 86 Nissan. It was like $6,000, you know. So my mom kind of co-signed and got me a mini truck, and then I just went crazy with it. And then I really wanted badass paint work, and I was friends with Jay Werner. I don't know if, I'm sure a lot of people know who Jay is. Jay's been around a long time. The guy used to buy me kegs of beer when I was in high school.
Okay, so
I've been real good friends with him. And he showed me a few things when I actually went to a trade school in Fresno to kind of learn. After I'd, you know, learned a bunch of bad habits, I had to relearn how to do stuff. But he taught me some stuff, and then I started painting, and I painted a couple mini trucks in the garage, and next thing you know, it was just like boom, boom, boom. And then I hooked up with a guy named Dion, and we started Cal Concepts, and then it just went crazy. Yeah.
Well, there was that era that Cal Concept was they were the shop.
We were.
You guys were painting everything and anything.
Everything, dude.
And everything was being almost featured.
We're in a magazine. I would say at least 100 features.
Now, I didn't record this, but you were telling me at one point you had 3 magazines with 3 of your paint jobs all at the same time.
On the cover. Yeah, so you go to the newsstand and look, and there's 3 covers that you painted at one time, at 1 month. So, I mean, we used to, and that happened more than once. It was, when I say 100 features, I would say closer to 100 covers probably by now. And then who knows how many features.
And when you were doing the Cal Concepts.
Yeah.
How many cars do you think went through your hands when it came to paint? Like, if you had to put a number to it.
Man, dude, I don't know. I bet we did well over 100 mini trucks probably. I would think.
And how many, well, that's just the mini trucks. How about everything else? Because
I don't know.
I see lifted trucks, I see Mustangs, I see import.
And that's all the stuff in here, most of it is stuff we did here.
Oh, really? So
yeah, so that's, man, I don't know, bro. I have a huge body of work. Like, it's a lot.
How many years you've had Kdaddy Customs?
I've been here, I broke off with them in 2002.
Okay, so since 2002 to now 2025.
Yep.
Jesus, God, that's fucking.
Yeah, so I've been on my own 23 years. I was partners there for 13 or 14, and then I was kind of doing stuff. I got my first cover of a magazine before I was with anybody. I was working at another little shop that we started, but yeah, so I mean.
What do you think was your lucky break? You said you painted some stuff in your garage. What do you think was like that, your lucky break that kind of pivoted you to do what you're doing now?
I think we just I think we had done so much in the mini truck era that it got to just be, it wasn't monotonous, it was always fun. You'd go and, but you pull in with all the stuff you painted, you kind of knew you were going to win. Mm-hmm. Right? And then there was people like, shit, they're here. Syndicate was our club. Oh, Syndicate's here. Pack it up. They're going to win everything. And it kind of was that way. We just had nicer stuff for the time.
Yeah.
And, but it got to where it was just like, that's what we're going to do. So I said, I'm going to start doing old cars and put my skills up against people that I felt were way better than I was.
Yeah, you wanted to be challenged.
Yeah, you want to be challenged. So then that's when the custom thing kicked in. And then I really got into customs. And then we crossed between lowriders and customs. There's a very fine line between what we do.
You have lowriders, customs, and hot rods. Custom falls in between. It's like the cousin of both because there's a lot of qualities that can go into the hot rod scene.
Yeah.
But the paint scheme and some of the styles and inspiration is the lowrider.
We always say if you put you can put fat white walls and a hubcaps on it, it's a custom, or put spokes on it, it's a lowrider.
Yeah,
and that's kind of way a lot of our cars go. They could go either way.
That's what I like about it. Well, I've always liked everything.
Yeah.
I've told you, mini trucks was my Jesus Christ. I subscribed to Trucking Magazine for how many years?
Yeah, the truck thing was huge.
It's just the paint jobs on these mini trucks and the sheet metal, the body drops.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this is dope.
Shit, we used to we put 30 colors on a mini truck.
Yeah.
Make it flow, and that's why I'm not scared to use color.
Yeah.
You know, and we got to where I have a really good flow, at least I feel I do, and that one came from a mini truck. And when you're trying to put all these colors together and make it make sense, and
well, you understand the color wheel because
I've never paid attention to a color wheel.
But I think you understand it because you've done it enough, and you know, well, this color looks good against this one, but this color shouldn't touch this one, but it should touch that one if this one touches. It's like you know the order of it.
Yeah.
So I think it's like, you ever heard people that know how to play the piano but they don't know how to read? They just play by ear.
They play by ear. Yeah, that's
so
kind of the same way.
It's the same.
Very, very much.
And
so.
And it's like the same thing. Like I still don't even know my color wheel by heart, but I look at colors. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't look good.
Yeah.
And if you shuffle around, you're like, all right, that looks dope.
And you can use all the same colors, but they got to be
in a certain order.
Certain order next to the right color.
Exactly.
And it looks fine. Yeah.